guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Tita Lavinia of Titas of Pageantry, and for this episode, we will be talking about some of the names that are coming up for this edition of Miss Universe Philippines 2021. You don't want to miss this, so please make sure you stick around. Please subscribe to the channel as well as hit that bell notification button for your weekly pageant fix. Guys, so it is good to be back. I know I've been MIA for quite some time. I did a little bit of a live sesh with you, but I know that's not enough. I still owe you a Miss Universe review. Let's see if I can fit that into the schedule. But I plan to be back. I just really took a break because the 10-day period of filming every day and editing every day really took its toll on me. I was losing sleep. I mean, I don't sleep to begin with, so it was really difficult for me to really get my groove back. Apart from this, I also felt that you didn't need me in this channel because I was everywhere during Miss Universe season. I had a number of interviews. I had a little bit of an appearance at the GMA. I think it was a documentary on Philippine fandom. And I also had a really nice chat with Portelles. I'm sure a lot of you watched that. And I was really very thankful that I was invited as a guest panelist again. This is the second time for me with Tito Boy Abunda at his YouTube channel. So if you weren't able to catch these interviews, I will be putting the link in the description box. So before I get into the list of some of the ladies that are, their names are coming up on social media, I just want to thank a few people. A lot of you have been very supportive of me during Miss Universe season. It was really a really nice give and take relationship. Some of you have sent me funds via my PayPal and GCASH channels. I'm not going to be naming you guys anymore because I know some of you just want to remain anonymous. So maraming salamat sa inyo. A lot of you also sent us like gifts, little gifts like food or drink. So super thank you to Jairus for making me my batch of Vietnamese coffee that kept my energy level really, really high at these interviews. I also want to thank Mary Kuti. They were the ones who kept me hydrated during Miss Universe season. And a bit of a shout out to my new patrons, Janet as well as Chara. Thank you so much for believing in me enough to become new patrons. Of course, if you guys still want to get first dibs, please go ahead and check me out on Patreon as well. Of course, Titas of Pageantry is still around. We are still updating, especially now, guys. We have moved on from Miss Universe. So right now, I will be tackling Miss Universe Philippines. But in the coming days, I will be checking out the ladies from Miss Earth Philippines as well as Miss World Philippines. So I also want to thank some of you guys who've sent me gifts. These are for Pai. She gave me so many pairs of earrings. Thank you so much. I will be needing those for our video. And if you notice the haircut, because it's so noticeable, this of course is by Nook Salon. So I want to thank you guys for taking care of me the other day, as well as Jessie, who kindly messaged me for this beautification program that you see here. All right, so let's move on to Miss Universe Philippines. Why am I even talking about them now? Well, the reason is that right after Miss Universe, there were already talks that they will be staging the 71st edition, the 70th edition by the end of the year. So there were already talks that Miss Universe organization sent correspondence to national directors to select their representative by August. So we are now almost in June. August is just a few cartwheels away. So initially, we all thought that they were going to just pick someone and appoint someone to represent the Philippines at Miss Universe. But in one of the interviews with Mr. Jonas Gafford, the creative director of Miss Universe Philippines, he sort of mentioned that they won't be picking someone that they will push through with the pageant. So just a few days ago, Aces and Queens posted a search for, asking anybody who's interested, just as long as they reach or they fulfilled the requirements that were posted, to be part of the Aces and Queens roster for this year. And then just yesterday, May 26, Kagandahang Flores also posted an announcement that they are now ready to accept applicants for those who want to be part of the ladies that will train under KF so that they could send them to Miss Universe Philippines. Now, this is something that is really welcomed because last year there were a little bit of controversies because when you look at the application form, it just seemed really rigid. It just seemed that there was no space for any of the KF girls or any of the girls who would, go in independent, because they would have to relinquish whatever contracts they had with the other camps or maybe the other agencies, because they would have to be under Empire. Now, I don't know if there are any changes now, because KF already made a post about it, which means that they are more confident in sending girls from their camp going into Miss Universe Philippines. So because of these talks, we now have names that are coming up, and these names are, of course, some of the names that are already known in the beauty pageant industry. So I'm just gonna give you some of the common names that are coming up, and we'll see if they end up joining anyway. As we all know, Miss Universe raised the age limit, so it's now between 18 to 28. So one of the reasons why some of these girls are not in this list is because age is really an issue, guys. So I picked 10 girls for you, and these are the girls that we see on social media all the time. So leading the pack is, of course, Ahtisa Manalo. Ahtisa Manalo is our first runner-up at Miss International in 2018, and when she placed first runner-up, everybody thought that she still had that unfinished business. I mean, this girl is young, she is tall, she is that beautiful doll face, and based on her performance, she could really up it a notch and really push herself towards Miss Universe, because she did have a really good showing at Miss International. Next on my list is someone that might be new to you, not so new to me, but this is someone that, could be a really good name on the list. I am looking at Bea Luigi Gomez. Now, if you're not familiar, guys, Bea Luigi Gomez is the reigning Binibining Cebu. Now, she is a model, she is an athlete, she's tall at 5'8", she has a great physique, and she is someone from the beautiful province of Cebu. And we all know that in Cebu, they have a training program there. They have like a really thriving modeling career for these ladies. So this is someone that knows how to speak. This is someone who knows how to interact with people. And this is definitely someone who knows how to perform. Next on this list is the never-ending story that is Alaiza Malinao. Now, Alaiza, of course, did really, really well at last year's Miss Universe Philippines. However, it was a little disappointing because she wasn't able to reach top 6. She was stuck in top 16, something that was really brutal for a lot of pageant fans, because looking at how things are right after Miss Universe, right after they changed the format, we now have a realization that Alaiza could have been a better representative just because of the format changes. I'm not saying she's better than Rabia. More premium is given to someone who is, a physical performer, someone who has the body, the height, and the modeling experience, that it might have been good to consider Alaiza in the first place. So now that Miss Universe hasn't made any announcements to make any changes with the format, people are thinking, why not go ahead and push for Alaiza? Because anyway, the types of Alaiza would do really well in this new format. So Alaiza is 5'9". She is 27 years old, which means that if she is to consider this, she has to consider this fast. And from what I do know, as of this time, Alaiza is not interested because she is quite busy with her farm, and she feels that as of this time, this is not her priority, that she has more people under her wing. So we don't know, because if indeed they go for an appointment and they go for Alaiza, then what's there to lose, right? I mean, Alaiza has the funding, she has the connections, and she has the drive, as well as, the plans when it comes to social media. So it might be a good idea for Alaiza to consider. Then we have another pageant veteran on this list. Now, this name started bubbling up right before we started talking about sending someone at Miss Universe, and before this wasn't even considered because she was from a different camp, and I'm talking about Emma Tiglao. Now, if we want to send someone who is ready, given the shorter period of time to prepare, it might be good to consider Emma this time. First of all, there are no strings attached to Emma this time. So Emma is 26 years old. She is 5'9", and what's great about Emma these days is that she now has experience and has more time to really hone her communication skills, because she is a broadcaster in one of the news agencies here in the country. So that's really very good training. So if you want someone who can move at par with Samantha Bernardo, then you would be right at Emma Tiglao, because she is definitely someone who is polished to to pageant perfection. So yeah, she finished top 20 at Miss Intercontinental 2019. That is unfinished business because she could have really gotten a lot further. Next, we have another statuesque lady whose name always comes up, and we saw a lot of her during those little snippets of videos at Miss Universe, and I'm talking about Leren May Bautista. Now, the statuesque lass from Laguna, she is 28 years old. She is 5'9". She has everything that you might think of when you talk about a Filipina. So she has dusky skin, beautiful bone structure, long legs. She's a veteran, guys. She was a winner at Mutia Pilipinas, and then she went on at Miss Asia Pacific International, winning that in 2015. And then she also won Miss Tourism Queen of the Year International in 2015 before we sent her to Miss Globe in 2019 and ended up second runner-up. So Leren is a little bit of a sore subject because that type of beauty could go really well at Miss Universe. Now that she has an opportunity to do that, even at 28, maybe she can really push for it this time around. Next, this one is pretty interesting. Now, this one isn't someone that we really envisioned to go into pageantry, but when they posted a little bit of a teaser, because Aces and Queens has now started posting teasers on who they were wooing for a representation under Aces and Queens, everybody started guessing and everybody, looked into Asia's Next Top Model Cycle 5 in 2017. I'm talking about Filipino-German Maureen Roblitz. Did I pronounce that right? But Maureen is quite young. She is 22 years old. She is a little on the shorter side at 5'6", but that even did not matter when she won Asia's Next Top Model. And with the current way of things at Miss Universe, with them accepting someone who's 5'3", who's to question a 5'6" who was a model at Asia's Next Top Model? It could be a really good experience for Maureen to cross over. Now, personally, I'm not really on board with it because I'm seeing her, she's a little more timid. And as we saw from Rabia, it's going to be really, really brutal. But the challenge is for Maureen to push herself from modeling and allow herself to be transformed for Miss Universe or maybe for beauty pageantry. So this is going to be a challenge that I cannot wait for Maureen to really take on. Next, I have another unfinished business beauty. I'm talking about the beauty from Sorsogon. She is, of course, Isabella Galleria. Now, Isabella is only 22 years old. She had unfinished business. She was in a really, really good fight for the Miss Universe Philippines crown last year. Unfortunately, she got COVID just a few weeks before the finals, so she had to withdraw. Now, right after recovering, she continued her modeling gig. We continued seeing different sides of Isabella. So this, for me, is a trigger or signals versatility, of course. She continued with her social work. And of course, because of the COVID experience, now she has more gravitas to talk about it. Now, she previously joined Binibining Pilipinas in 2019, finishing top 15 before she sent her application at Miss Universe Philippines. So since that did not push through, there is a good reason for us to believe that she might be back this year to reclaim her right to claim that Filipina crown. So let's see what happens with Isabella Galleria. I think that now she has more experience and now she has more of a drive to really go for it this time. Next is supposedly the next one in line. Now, if they insist on appointing someone, I see no reason why they shouldn't go for the first runner-up, Bella Ismael. Now, Bella, of course, is a ballerina. She continued her modeling work as well as her social causes, and she continues to be very involved with Miss Universe Philippines. Now, she did express that it will be up to them what they would decide on, but just looking at how Bella is right now, she is ready just in case Miss Universe Philippines pushes her to be a representative of the country at this year's Miss Universe edition. I think she is good to go. Bella, of course, has the resources, she has the team, she has the experience, and she seems to know where she wants to go in terms of styling, in terms of how she wants to present herself as a beauty queen. Now, Bella is 5'7". We don't have any issues with her age. But if this is the case, then yeah, Bella should really go for it. I think that we don't have a lot of, training to do with Bella because she pretty much is ready if we send her today or maybe tomorrow. And then I have someone really interesting because this is the most, or not the most, the freshest amongst all of the names in the list. I'm talking about this new one. Admittedly, I know very little about her. Her name is Victoria Vincent, and apparently she is of Filipina, Spanish, and Irish descent. So this one studied in New Zealand. So if you check out her bio, everything was, done in New Zealand. Apparently she was born and raised there, but that her heart is Filipino. What I really like about her is that she has a master's in architecture and she is zeroing in on heritage conservation. So this is pretty much up my alley. So yeah, I feel her. Now looking at her features, I mean, she has that Roman feature. She has that aquiline nose, big bright brown eyes. She is only 25 years old and stands 5'9". So this for me is very promising. Now I'm not so sure if we are ready again to pluck someone out of obscurity or if we would go for someone who is more experienced. But based on how Victoria is presenting herself on social media, I think that she has a really good chance of clinching the crown just by being herself. So I am pretty excited what she can bring to this table, just in case she really pushes for it. I heard that she is from Bella's camp, which is called The Camp. So there. And then, of course, this list wouldn't be complete without someone we have been waiting for years. And I'm talking about investment in years. If I'm not mistaken, this name came up as early as 2014, but we haven't seen her in the nationals yet. So every year her name comes up, but I don't know, maybe this year is her year because we're seeing more materials from her and she's catching up on age, so she might as well decide to go for it this year. I'm talking about Cebuana Beauty, Steffi Aberasturi. We have been waiting for her. There was even a time that there were two of them, Steffi and her sister Crystal, but her sister eventually got married, so now the pressure of a representation from Cebu lies with Steffi. Now she, without even giving us any information or hints that she might join, she actually is the strongest out of all the names that I mentioned because Steffi is 26 years old, she is 5'7", she is a veteran at beauty pageants. She has not lost a beauty pageant in all of the smaller pageants that she entered in Cebu. So this is probably more of a pressure for Steffi because if she steps into the national, it has to be a national event or a national competition wherein she and her team would be ensured of her win. So maybe this is a pressure that they put on themselves, but nevertheless, we are waiting for Steffi. I think she has a bright future ahead of her, and because everybody has been waiting for her, I don't think she will have any issues when it comes to mobilizing a team or making sure that she has someone behind her to dress her, do her makeup, market her, and really work with her in her Miss Universe Philippines journey. So there you go, guys. So like what I mentioned, I will be more active in the coming weeks. I have come out of my longer break, but this time around we will talk about more of the ladies at Miss Universe Philippines, Miss Earth Philippines, Miss World Philippines, and yeah, most likely the other pageants around. So thank you so much, guys. I'll see more of you. Goodbye.